Rejection!
You have to remember that behind every magazine or website or publisher, that there's just other people, right, with their own taste. And whilst people would like to think that taste only plays can play a small part in it, I think that it plays a bigger part than writers give respect for. So a rejection is essentially meaningless, and you have to consider that maybe the person on the other end of that email isn't necessarily into the same sort of thing that you're into, right? Really key piece of advice is not to take rejection to heart. And I know that that's something that's obviously somewhat of a cliche, but it's so true. I mean, just try and look out for the magazines and the websites that are, more what you like reading. If you send out, the same piece to 100 places, you're going to have like 90 of them that are just not interested because it's not their thing. And then maybe a few of them it will be their thing. And I think that's a really important thing when it comes to writing is understanding rejection, because rejection isn't always a rejection of the quality of work as opposed to the style of work.
Rejection, stopped me writing for a very long time, twice actually. I was really crushed by rejection and sort of just really gave up. I could kick myself now when I look back on it and think, what on earth was I doing? Thinking that, one person's opinion mattered. It's interesting, the first person I ever showed my novel to many years ago was a really, really big agent. And he loved it, took it on, was so super keen, but then didn't do anything with it. Sort of suggested some changes, and then basically I never heard from the person again. It was really odd, and I've subsequently talked to a few people who have similar experiences. So I suddenly thought, well, that must mean I'm awful, and I'll go off and do something else. But what I realise now, looking back, that having the first person who ever read it really like it, regardless of how they then behaved, and the fact that it was such a big agent, that actually it was like having one of those really good rejections where someone says, we really like your work, but not this one. And it's very hard to see that as a positive thing. It's only with hindsight that you look back and go, actually, that was a really great rejection. So I think just to keep believing and keep doing what you do because you love it.